Nothing is more important than that I feel good. Because in my feeling good, I feel good. When I feel good, I see things differently. When I feel good, I approach things differently. The biggest problem I've ever had to overcome and I'm still working on is what I think I'm supposed to be doing instead of what I feel like doing. So today, for example, it's a beautiful day outside. It's sunny. I live in Canada. Winter's coming. Winter's coming. And I'm like, okay, well, I have to work a little bit today, so I think I should go work outside. But I don't feel like going to work outside. I feel like going in my basement, putting on some Star Trek Voyager and in the background and working on my sofa, taking intermittent naps and doing a few loads of laundry. But I should be outside. I should be taking the sun. My tan is going away. It would be good for me if I worked outside today and, soaked up the sun. So it's these daily dilemmas that we're constantly being pushed and pulled, like our consciousness is being pushed and pulled in different directions. Society, religion, spirituality, they tell you everything that you're supposed to be doing, from what you're supposed to be eating to what you're supposed to be wearing to how you're supposed to be talking or not talking, or how you're supposed to identify yourself, or how you're supposed to, to what you're supposed to eat and how you're supposed to raise your kids and how you're supposed to do your business and how you're supposed to be a good leader. And, you shouldn't eat too much sugar, but not too much fat on this day. And you should carb cycle and you should build muscle, but yet, not too much. And cardio is not good for you anymore. And, there's just so many things that we process like unconsciously. And it goes against the laws of the universe. It goes against like who we truly are as natural beings. What's really worked for me the best is just when I listen to myself and like I give myself what I really want without feeling guilty. And it's the feeling guilty that's the bad part. Yesterday my boyfriend, my daughter and I, we were watching School of Chocolate on Netflix. And so it's this guy, Abraham-Hicks, who's a chocolate genius. This guy makes sculptures out of chocolate. Anyway, it's absolutely impressive, amazing. The guy is brilliant. He's a genius. And he has this school. And then yesterday, I was watching the episode, and there are two teams of 3 people. And he picked, the winner of the day. And he picked one person out of each team, and he said he said he couldn't pick between the both of them, like the points that he had assigned to try to figure out like who was the winner was a tie. So he asked everybody to vote, and so the other 2 people on the teams voted, and one person, the 2 people on the team both voted for the person in their team, and so did the other team. So it was another tie. And then one of the guys from the one team, he had failed the challenge before, so he said, in all honesty, I'm going to vote for the person on the other team. And the person on the other team was a woman. And so the final tiebreaker was her, for either her or the other participant. And, she picked herself. She says, I'm going to vote for me. And she deserved it. And obviously, like after that, it's a sort of a reality show a little bit, or it's a competition. And so, everybody sort of had their word to say about like, well, she should have, picked him or something. Like, she should have picked somebody else other than herself. And so, as a society, we're told to, like, not necessarily elevate ourselves as much, or not to show off how proud we could be of ourselves. And I was so proud of her when she chose herself. I'm like, yeah, girl, you worked hard and you deserve it. And you shouldn't go against yourself, or you shouldn't, bring yourself down to look good, or, because it's what you're supposed to do and to sort of give it to somebody else when that's not what you really feel. So I'm trying to think of a good process or an action that, like, what do I do when I'm feeling like this? Oh yeah, so I journal a lot, and usually by journaling everything that I'm thinking and everything that I'm feeling, it really makes the problem go away on its own. Yeah, I would suggest, like, for me today, the fact that I don't necessarily want to go work outside, and I'm thinking, it's a good idea for me to go work outside, or that I want to do laundry, but my floors are disgusting and I should be washing my floors rather than doing some laundry. It seems trivial, but these are like little accumulations every day that take a toll on you, and take a toll on your natural way of going about things and feeling good. And that there's nothing more important than that I feel good, because in my feeling good, I act good and I get good, and, I see the world differently, and I'm in a better mood, and, life responds to my mood. So I digressed a little bit. So the process is, write down everything that's bothering you, like everything, and everything that comes to mind. And just, vomit it all on a piece of paper. And then, yeah, there'll be more space to do what it is that you want to do. And another important thing too is, like, do this for yourself, but give other people also the permission to do the same. So that's really important, because if I don't give myself permission to do what I want to do, I don't give permission to other people to do what it is that they want to do. And then they feel that energetic pressure from me.